Once again, I welcome you all, class 10 students. And today we will discuss about what are the features which make a country federal. It means how can a government or a state can be known as a federal. What is the difference between the federal and unitary? So when we are talking about a federal government, it means their power is divided between two or more level of government. And when we are talking about unitary government, it means that the power is concentrated in hand of one government. So today I am going to describe that what are the features which makes a country federal. The first feature of the federal government is that it should be two or more level of government. It means the federal government will always remain two or more layers. So for example, that in India the government is divided into the union government, state government and local self-government. In this way power is shared here. Then the second features of power sharing, that jurisdiction of each level of government should be specified in the matter of legislation, taxation and administration. It means कि सभी अलग अलग लेवल को इस लेवल के गवर्नमेंट को और किस किस मैटर्स पे उनको क्या स्वतंत्रताएं हैं, ये क्लियर होना चाहिए कि उनका टैक्सेशन का मेथड क्या होगा, हाउ दे विल मेक लॉ, लेजिस्लेशन किस चीज़ों पे वो लेजिस्लेशन कर सकते, दैट शुड बी वेरी क्लियर. Then the third feature is that powers should be divided as per the description of constitution, so that the government, both the level of the government should specify their authority with the norms of constitution. मतलब कि पावर का डिवीज़न जो है वो प्रॉपर तरीके से संविधान में इसका जिक्र होना चाहिए. जैसे अगर मैं एग्जांपल दूं तो इंडिया में ये पावर का शेयर जो है दैट इज़ डन ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ यूनियन लिस्ट, स्टेट लिस्ट, concurrent list, residuary power, etc. Then we will talk the fourth feature of the government, federal government. The fourth feature of the federal government is that fundamental provision of the constitution cannot be unilaterally changed by one level of government. It is very important when the government is going to do some fundamental changes in its constitution, then definitely it is very much important that government should be discussed about these changes with the different units of the government. It means that if a central government, union government is proposing any change, the state should always agree with it. So here I also want to give you the example of this, that whenever any matter is discussed in like which is related to the everyone, here I want to talk you about the GST. When GST was going to implement, जब देश में GST लागू करने की बात हो रही थी भारत में, then it takes a long time. Why? Because सबसे पहले तो बात एवरी पार्टीज के बीच में बात किया गया, सबके साथ राय मशवरा किया गया. देन इट वाज आल्सो नेसेसरी दैट एटलीस्ट 50% ऑफ इंडियन स्टेट शुड बी अग्री. इट मीन्स कि आधे राज्यों को इसमें अग्री करना जरूरी है, और तभी इस तरह के कोई भी बदलाव संविधान में किए जा सकते हैं. कोई भी मेजर चेंजेस बिना सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट अपने यूनिट, अपने प्रोविंसेस, अपने स्टेट्स के सुझाव के नहीं कर सकता है. इट इज़ वेरी मच इम्पॉर्टेंट दैट एनी बेसिक चेंजेस in the constitution needs the consent of central government, union government, as well as the unit government or the state government. It is very much necessary. Then we will talk about that the next feature of the federalism is there should be independent judiciary, because as we know that if the government is running on more than two level, there will always some disputes related to their power, related to revenue, and one more thing, that court has powers to interpret the constitution also. Then whenever a dispute occur between the center and the state, then how will it solve? If we see that the central government is more powerful than the state, then it means that central government can misuse its power. So that's why if a independent judiciary is there, that judiciary will make proper decision which can benefit the nation, not the benefit of any government, which can preserve the diversity of the country, not the aspiration of central or the state government. So that's why judiciary will work as per the spirit of constitution, not as per any of the government. Then the next feature is that sources of revenue for each level of the government are clearly described, clearly mentioned. Why it is clear? It should be clearly because financial autonomy is also necessary. When constitution assign any government with some power, then how this power can be preserved, or how this power can be functioned? Finance is very important. So that's why it should be clear that what sources of revenue collection will goes to which level of the government, and both of the government should have financial autonomy. इसके अलावा ठीक है कि जब भी राज्यों के अभी you can see now at this corona period, the state governments are asking to the central government for extra package and all. So that is different thing, but their own source of revenue should be preserved, should be cleared by the provision of constitution. Then the most important thing is that why federal government is necessary. When we are talking about the federal government, it ensures ensure the unity and sovereignty of the country. It means that the federal system have many objectives, one of which is to safeguard the sovereignty and unity of the country, as well as it also try to promote the cultural local diversity. बिकॉज अगर ऐसा होता है तो क्या होता है कि सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट का पूरा काम होता है कि इट ट्राई टू इंश्योर कि देश की अखंडता एकता को कोई खतरा नहीं पहुँचे. मेनी टाइम्स यू कैन सी दैट सम स्टेट्स आर वेरी वायलेंट on any issues, and state government try to negotiate with them, and we can have many example in India. We have saw burning of the Punjab, we have saw many problem in the northeast, but always these problems is negotiated with continuous dialogues, and the state governments try to preserve its diversity, its regional diversity, in by which it can protect its language, its distinct cultural activities that can be preserved. तो यहाँ पे हम देखते हैं कि फेडरलिज्म जो है वो दोनों चीज़ों को मैनेज करता है. एक तो राष्ट्र की एकता और अखंडता को बना के रखना, और दूसरा ये इस बात की कोशिश करता है कि रीजनल लेवल पे डाइवर्सिटी जो है भाषा की, विचारों की, खान पान की ये भी मेंटेन रहे. तो इट मीन्स दैट वी कैन से दैट अ फेडरलिज्म इज़ एन आइडियल सिस्टम which have tried to develop mutual trust and agreement. Then here I want to tell you one more thing. That one more thing is about, we can see two type of federal system. What are these two type of federal system? These two type of federalism is coming together federalism and holding together federalism. Coming together federalism means independent states, they come together and they form a bigger unit that is known as a government, and that government have equal power. All units are equal power. And when we are talking about holding together, in holding together, central governments divide its units and it assign it units with the different power. The central government give its units different power. In such type of federalism, we can see that the central government is more powerful than its units. So this is called coming together. One more thing, when we are talking about coming and holding together federalism, in coming together federalism, the central government ensured all the sovereignty and unity of the nation. The example is USA and Switzerland. And in holding together all units, they maintain their rules, they maintain their sovereignty, they work for the internal problems, cultural diversity. And the example of such federalism is India. Our country is holding together federalism. That's all for today. In next video we will talk about federalism in India.